What is up, you guys? It's Shannon Lady Warrior. Would you consider this a cheat meal for you? So if you answered yes, let's talk about that for a minute, okay? This comes up so often while people are dieting, and I want to address it once and for all. But first, I want to ask one simple question. If you're not on a diet, do cheat meals exist? Just drop a simple yes or no in the comment box. Because questions I get about cheat meals run rampant all the time. Are cheat meals okay? Are they allowed? How often can I have a cheat meal? When can I have a cheat meal? But I think really what you want to know is, are cheat meals okay? And if they are okay to have, how do I have my cheat meal and also stay focused on my goals, right? So let me ask, what does a cheat meal look like for you? Like, is it like that pizza? Or is it a hamburger? Or is it any other type of fast food? You know, and how important is the cheat meal to you? How does it make you feel? Are you disciplined enough to just keep it to a meal and not stretch it out to multiple meals, days, or even throw your hands up in the air and you're just like, to hell with it, I blew it on Friday, I'm gonna blow it again on Saturday, hell, I might as well just blow it the entire weekend, start over again on Monday. If you fall into this category, or even if you're a die-hard believer in cheat meals, which is totally your right, let me quickly define what a cheat meal is. A cheat meal is cheating within your diet plan, giving yourself permission to temporarily break strict rules. As the name implies, a cheat meal is a single meal that veers from your planned diet pattern, while a cheat day allows for free food choices for an entire day. Let me point out, while I was reading over just the first page of all these definitions, they all contained, every single one of them contained the word diet, and then some varied version of strict, rules, permission, indulging, breaking. I'm like, holy crap, it sounds like I'm committing a crime and I need to be thrown in diet prison. Here's the thing, if you're on a diet and you wake up each day feeling miserable, starving, tired, maybe even depressed, and the only reason you're hanging on for dear life is because you know at the end of the week or whenever you have it planned, you know that you get to indulge in the double stuff, supersize, monster style cheat meal that you hope and pray will get you by until it comes around again, then you are on the wrong eating plan. See, my husband wrestled in high school, and he said it was the worst experience of his life, and he was a really awesome wrestler. But he lived in misery during the season, and in the off season, he had no idea how to eat and provide his body with the nutrients that he needed. All he knew was how to do whatever he could, go to whatever extremes to make weight, and he hated it when wrestling season came around, even though he was so good, because it meant restriction, misery, hunger, low energy, even depression. He didn't understand what his body needed. So if I were to ask you right now, are you on a diet, what would you say? If I were to ask you if you could eat anything right now, what would it be? And I mean anything. I think most people would hesitate. Why? Because they're living on diet island. And their minds, they need a moment to adjust to that question because they're not used to it. But once they started reintroducing the things that they enjoy, they'd start salivating and like spewing out, I'd want this and this and this and this. And then if I said, well, go have it, the next thing that you'd say was, I can't. Meaning, I can't because I'm on a diet. I'm living on diet island. I enjoy feeling miserable and tired. And if I were to even suck on a lifesaver, it would probably put me over the edge at this point. And if I were to swim over to Happy Island, I would probably gain 10 pounds. And then I would have to throw my hands up declaring that my diet was over, I failed, and I would just have to freaking start something new. It's like cheat meals. They keep you on diet island because they keep you living in misery, hunger, restriction, low energy, and on borrowed willpower. So you stick in that diet just to have that one meal. And that is why I keep asking, if you are not on a diet, do cheat meals exist? The simple answer, no. Because how many of us are miserable, hungry, restricted, fighting willpower when we are not on a diet? Not too many of us. When you are on a diet, you let food direct and control every second of your life because that is all you're thinking about. When you're not on a diet, when you understand what your body needs for the goal or goals that you want to accomplish, achieve, and even maintain, you are the director. You're making the choices that are going to support your mind and your body. You may be saying to yourself, that's the problem. I don't know what choices to make. I don't know what or how much food my body needs. I only know how to restrict myself, and if I'm not reaching my goals, I restrict myself even more. I do more cardio, I work out longer, or I binge, I overindulge, and my cheat meals turn into cheat days, and then I just freaking give up. You don't know what to do to support the needs of your body for a cut, for a reverse, for a build, or for staying in maintenance. You don't know, and it is not your fault. You've never been taught. But that is exactly what I do in my coaching program. Yes, I give you kick-ass workouts. Yes, you get me as your coach working with you one-on-one, checking with you daily, asking questions to see how things are going, where your head's at, and helping you make just like strategic plans to keep progressing. But what you get is the piece of the puzzle that will impact your life forever. You get educated. You can never underestimate the power of education. You learn and implement the nutrition that your body needs in a customized, structured manner for you. You learn the 4 phases of directing your life nutritionally so you can pivot and adjust for the phase that you want to be in. Do you even know those phases? You learn how to look at your plate of food and understand, this is why I chose this and this and this, because this is what I'm trying to accomplish. You learn about protein, carbs, and fats, and how important all 3 of those macronutrients are for muscle growth, for muscle repair, for sleep, for energy, for hormone balance, for improved skin, for improved gut health. Are there sacrifices? Yes, but you will understand how to direct your nutrition so it supports your body's needs to align your goals. And listen, I practice what I preach. I don't just coach something and do something else. I do this every single day. And so many of you, you ask me, what do you do? Or how did you change this to achieve this? Or how did you build muscle in your legs? And how did you do this? It's because I took the time to learn and understand. And that is exactly what I want for you. It's not only just physical, it's mental and it's emotional, or it's a combination of physical, mental, and emotional. But that is exactly what I coach. Exactly what I do is what I coach. It's not always easy, and it's not going to happen overnight. It is not that wrestler's mentality where I'm going to go to extremes just to make weight. That's not it. If you're ready to understand how food can transform your body and your mind and change your life forever, then book a call with me. And if you found this video helpful and informative, please give it a like. Make sure that you're subscribing to my channel so you never miss a video. So until next time, what do we do best? Go kick your trash.